Video is brought to you by BetUS. Use promo code Iceman. You're going to get 125% deposit bonus, matching your initial deposit. Only available in US, Canada, and Europe. So, I'm going to get into some of the upcoming fights I'd like to see for these UFC matchmakers put together. So, right here we have the athlete rankings for the UFC. And I'm just going to go through some of the divisions here and then some upcoming fights I'd like to see. So let's start at bantamweight. There's someone Sean O'Malley. Everyone wants to see who's Sean O'Malley going to fight next. Is he going to fight Pedro Munoz, or are they going to do the rematch? And I don't want to see a rematch, especially after the first fight. To be honest, I don't know. Most of you guys probably like Sean O'Malley. I can't stand the guy. The whole pink hair. Now this guy's starting to annoy me. So let's just let's not Alex Pereira him. In which I mean, like, what the UFC is doing with Alex Pereira, they're matching him against the right opponents to see to get him to that to sort of fast track him to the title shot, and that's what they're doing sort of with Sean O'Malley. Right, like if you want to take Alex Pereira out, you could put him against like a Marvin Vettori. And for example, I want to see Sean O'Malley fight Umar Nurmagomedov. I want to see Umar Nurmagomedov get that praise he deserves, and I want to see him just slice right through Sean O'Malley, which he will. Umar Nurmagomedov is a monster. I wouldn't mind seeing Adrian Yanez versus O'Malley, but I'd rather just see Umar just take Sean O'Malley down and just destroy him. So that's what I want to see. But is the UFC going to do that? Because the thing is, if Sean O'Malley keeps winning, they keep putting him against these fights that he can win. If he keeps winning, they're going to have to pay him more money. If he loses, it's hard to ask for more money. If something the UFC hates doing is paying people more money. But Jose Aldo's fighting Marab. That's going to be a good fight. Dominic Cruz is fighting Marlon Vera. That's going to be a wicked fight. Rob Font, no one's really announced anything for him. I could see Sean O'Malley getting matched up with Rob Font because they just want to move him towards closer down that ranking there. And I know Song's fighting Sandhagen. I believe that's going to be a banger. Jeez. So let's get to the featherweight division. Obviously, we got Alex Volkanovski here as the champ. So the real question is what's next for Volkanovski, right? And I think you don't give him the Josh Emmett fight. I mean, Josh Emmett, did he beat Calvin Kattar? You want to say yeah, maybe. Some people thought it was a robbery. I thought Kattar won. Whether it was a close fight. So, but the thing is, I don't want to see him fight Volkanovski. I just don't think he deserves it. They're probably going to want to do Yair if he's able to beat Ortega. And the thing is, I'd rather see. So what I want to see is I would like to see Josh Emmett fight Movsar Evloev because everybody knows how high I've been on Movsar Evloev. I'd like to see Movsar beat Josh Emmett. I know one's ranked 10 and the other's ranked 3, but whatever. And I'd like to see Bryce Mitchell fight Arnold Allen. That's a good bang. Both guys undefeated, I believe. So that's it. That's a good fight. Bryce Mitchell, Arnold Allen. I'd like to see that. And you can match up Chan Sung Jung with Giga Chikadze. Let's see that. It's a great fight. And let's say they don't want to do Josh Emmett versus Mofsar. Let's see if Josh Emmett gets past Max Holloway. If Max is able to fight. But yeah, I still don't know what they should do with Volkanovski. But they got Ilya Taporia in there. You can always throw him in the mix with a guy like Bryce Mitchell or something. That would be good. Bryce Mitchell versus Ilya Taporia. That's a wicked fight. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Cejudo comes back and does something against Volkanovski because I don't see anyone at 145 beating him right now. At least not for a while. But I'd like to see the guys like Movsar and Evloev and all these guys get some chances. What's next here? The division. So lightweight, probably the most stacked division in the UFC. Uh, bantamweight and welterweight are coming up for sure, but right now I'm gonna have to go lightweight. It is stacked. So Charles Oliveira, he says he doesn't want to fight Islam, but then he says he does want to fight Islam. It's on and off. But he says he wants to fight Conor McGregor. So if he wants a money fight, I think for Charles Oliveira, fighting a guy like Conor McGregor does more for your career financially, and the eyeballs. How many more eyeballs are going to be watching you compared to fighting Islam? Even though it's, let's say, one of them is not for the title. If Charles fights Conor, maybe that won't be for a title because Charles is not the champion right now. There's no champion at lightweight. He did not make weight, even though everyone knows he's the true champ. So let's see what we got here. We got some wicked fights they could make here. So Islam Makhachev, everybody knows. I want to see him fight Charles Oliveira for the title. So let's do that. Islam, Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler. Let's do that because I could see that's going to be a good fight. And they're talking shit at the UFC, so that's a good fight. Dariush. I'd like to see Beneil Dariush fight like Mateus Gamrot. Let's put Gamrot versus Dariush. That would be a good fight. Fiziev, he just won yesterday or the day before. Let's put Fiziev against Sarukian. That's a good fight. Armin Sarukian versus Rafael Fiziev. That's a wicked fight. And don't forget about Damir Ismagulov and Jalen Turner. Damn, that is wicked. So Jalen Turner, let's see if they can throw him. Let's put Jalen Turner in with Dos Anjos, maybe. Even Gamrot. Give Gamrot and Gaethje or something. Because Gaethje's really everyone, the guy they want right now. Because Poirier seems to be, have his own thing going with Chandler. Islam's, they're looking at him versus Charles for the title. So the only guy in that top 5 is Gaethje. So everyone wants to be in the top 5. So who deserves it? Does Gamrot deserve it? Does Fiziev deserve it? In my opinion, I'd like to see Gamrot fight Gaethje. That's a wicked fight. I think Gamrot actually beats Gaethje. Dariush versus Gaethje, I don't really care for that. I'm not the biggest Dariush fan. I mean, he's good, but I just think against the top guys, he's going to have a hard time. But I'd like to see Armin versus Fiziev. Even Fiziev versus Gamrot, man, that's a wicked fight. I think Gamrot beats Fiziev, though, with the grappling. Or Ismagulov. Do Ismagulov versus Fiziev. That could be the fight to make. Damir Ismagulov versus Fiziev. Now, welterweight. We got Leon Edwards fighting Kamaru Usman. We don't really know what's going on with Khamzat Chimaev as of right now. Like, while I'm making this video, we don't know. They're trying to say it's Khamzat versus Nate Diaz because they want to just send Nate Diaz out the door because why would you give Nate Diaz an easy fight? He's been talking all this shit about the UFC, how he wants to leave. So you got to get him murked on the way out. That's what the UFC likes to do it. No better way. Build a big name than a Khamzat Chimaev. Just build the brand bigger. I would like to even see Shavkat Rakhmonov maybe just slice through one of these big names. So let's see here. Kobe Covington, they haven't announced anything for him yet. Let's do... I'd like to see Kobe versus Gilbert Burns. Bilal Muhammad's fighting Sean Brady. That's going to be a wicked fight. Jorge Masvidal has got legal issues. I don't know what's going on with him. Vicente Luque. So let's say I'd like to see Shavkat Rachmanov fight maybe Gilbert Burns or Vicente Luque. Even a Stephen Thompson, but they won't. I don't know if Stephen Thompson wants to have smoke with Shavkat right now. Michelle Pereira, you can always throw him in there. Michelle Pereira versus Stephen Thompson. Let's do that. Michelle Pereira versus Stephen Thompson. That would be a great fight. And I'd like to see Shavkat versus. Yeah, you could put him against Gilbert. If he gets past Gilbert now, you're throwing him in the top guys now, Shavkat. So let's say he doesn't even want to do that. Put Shavkat against Vicente Luque. That's a great fight. Or if you really want to build a brand, you put him against Masvidal. But I have a feeling they might do Masvidal versus Conor McGregor. I find that, huge name, money fight. Jorge's going to need the money. That's for sure. And yeah, for Conor McGregor, first fight back, BMF belt or something. That'd be sick. And then middleweights, of course, um, Alex Pereira fighting against Israel Adesanya, no brainer as of right now. So not even gonna get into there. And next is Yuri. I'd like to see the Yuri and Glover rematch. I mean, the way Glover just dismantled Jan Blachowicz, I don't really care to see that again. Um, and I think Glover's a better matchup for Yuri than Jan. So I'd like to see that rematch and how sick of a fight that was. Man, who doesn't want to see the rematch? And if you're gonna do it now because Glover is only getting older. Magomed Ankalaev, Anthony Smith. They're counting Anthony Smith out in that one. That's going to be a good fight, though. Ankalaev maybe by decision. Who else? Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. And the heavyweights, yeah, Tom Aspinall and Blades. Yeah, so those are some fights I like to see.